Excuse me, Mr. Man, heard you like AC, you're not a spoken word fan, but my lyrics blow minds like a Lasco brand. Wait, no, a Lasco fan. Don't you understand as I stand next to this microphone stand with no mic in my hand? My words bring more heat to a lamb.
Wait, what?
Yeah, spinning by the gyro, man. I don't repeat myself, so I'm not a hype man. Don't look for forward, cause I'm not a mic man. If you're looking for love, then I'm not your type, man. Don't you understand that a man is just a man? Until it's time to check up on your prostate gland. But if you like fairy tales, I could be your Peter Pan. We'll fly so high that you
Never, never land. No. That's why I'm bringing back the playground rhymes. Going back to basics, no sophisticated lines. That's why I'm bringing back the playground rhymes. No fancy sound system in this hard time. That's why I'm bringing back the playground rhymes. Going back to basics, no sophisticated lines. And the only thing to lose is our mind.
Yes, it's a recession.
Playground Rhymes from Cleon McPherson and Franz Job, who are joining us via Zoom this morning after having the entire studio in shambles with those lines. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
I love how y'all are all chill now, but that first line had us in shambles. You continued with the prostate checks and everybody was gone. And I'm wondering what could have possibly caused this matchup? Not that we mind at all. What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, basically, I must have been a spoken word artist for the past decade now. And, you know, we always have to keep on evolving. So what I try to do is now fuse the spoken word with music in that sense. And I mean, you know, Franz was just the perfect matchup in that sense. Yeah.
Now, who approached whom first? Was it then that Cleon, you would have approached Franz? Yes?
I'll let Franz give it that story.
Yeah, it's a funny story. Cleon and I, it's not the first time that we're working together.
Right.
We did a couple of pieces together live, Tobago Day celebrations, Tobago Heritage Festival, that type of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Cleon always told me that he wanted to, from a couple of years ago, always told me that he wanted to do a collaboration with me. So I held him to his word, and he finally came through. And the story behind Playground Rhymes was he wrote this piece on a beatbox type beat before and wanted to put guitar to it instead.
Okay.
So there was always this guitar riff that I was always playing in practice time and stuff, and it fit nicely with the piece. So that's the genesis of it, really.
To be quite true, I thought it might have been a little bit more shocking or a little bit more jarring, but that's a relatively nice little combination there, considering that you're both Tobago-based artists as well. It makes complete sense that you'll join forces. Mm-hmm. But as you said, or continue to join forces, this not being the first. Hopefully this is not the last. I know a lot of spoken word artists, as you mentioned, Cleon, are trying to, well, yes, innovate the presentations, if you will, and do a lot more visual, a lot more even EPs, if you will, smaller albums of sorts, where we get a collection of work. Can we look forward to those sort of offerings from you soon?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, now this song is out on Spotify, iTunes, and that kind of thing. So definitely, we're looking in that area. This is something that is basically new in terms of the sound itself, because you realize that the song itself is not heavily processed. Right. So it's more kind of live, acoustic kind of song. So I don't even know if there's a particular genre, but we definitely know it's something that has really never been heard in that kind of realm of music. So it's something new, and we're still, you know, discovering and it's evolving. So it's something very beautiful.
I agree. Something very beautiful. I didn't want to say the song. I didn't want to say the performance. I was trying to choose my words wisely. But in that case, if you're talking about playing around with it, does that mean then, yes, we're getting more offerings, we're getting more visuals specifically, and then we're going to get more collaborations with Franz particularly? That's what I want to get down to right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as Franz would tell you, Franz has been a musician for a long time. So he's very seasoned in that regard. And then I've been a spoken word artist for a very long time. So even being a spoken word artist, my style, my intonations are very different from, I guess, probably the usual artist. So
Right.
that has brought on a bit of longevity for a long time in terms of my wordplay, how I express myself and that kind of thing. I always try to, bring a little humor to it. So, persons usually revisit pieces that, are humorous, that could make them feel good, to make them feel kind of happy. Yeah, so
Right.
definitely. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you both, as we are celebrating the life and times of Leroy Caliste. Unfortunately, we've lost the Black Stallion. And as you rightfully described your works as a little bit different, he had distinctions in that regard too. His lyrical prowess, his melodic demonstrations. I know you both can identify with him, so I have to ask, first off, where were you when the news struck, and what was your first thought, Cleon?
We lost a legend, we lost an icon, and I think now than ever we need to, preserve our icons in the calypso realm, because as time progresses, we'll lose a lot of people where that impacted not only calypso but the cultural art form within Trinidad and Tobago, and where he touched the Caribbean as well. And I think now policy should go in place where, to take care of, these icons that we have, to take care of the men that would have contributed, and females as well, because you see what's going on within society, and you don't want it to be where that we lose a lot of people and we don't archive these things, the historical records that, would contribute for generations, because these calypsos are part of history, and we could go back to these calypsos to learn a lot of things that were going on in society within the 1960s, 70s, and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Franz, tell me, what is your favorite Stalin song and perhaps the impact that he has on you?
I was at home when the news struck me. I was surfing on the net, as I do, catching up on news and stuff.
Right.
And the Caribbean man, from a little boy, when we were going to school, we used to get into trouble sometimes, playing calypso during break time, when the teachers catch us going overtime when they're ready to start back class and that kind of thing. And I remember playing a lot of calypso songs during my training years as a guitarist from a young boy. Black Stallion to me represents, obviously, one of the icons of our musical art form of the land, but he also represents to me a staunch member of the Rastafari Brethren. And culturally, here in Trinidad and Tobago and the wider diaspora of the Caribbean and the world, he would always be remembered as, a valiant fighter for the black man, and musically, well, his reach is far and wide, you can't really measure that, But for me personally, he would always be remembered as one who inspired me musically in my training as a young boy, along with all the other greats.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for inspiring us this morning with your incredibly newly developing genre. Thank you very much to Cleon McPherson, spoken word artist, and Franz Job, the musician behind some real cool vibes that we got this morning here on the Now Morning Show. Thanks again, guys, for joining us.